Hello, witches. I wanted to show you my inherited, this is a shell, and it's like a polished shell turned into a little container or jewelry box, treasure finder. I've seen other ones like this on eBay, but this one was my grandmother's, so it's pretty old. And I've added a few more things to my altar for summer. I have a jade frog and a jade egg with panda bears on it. I don't know, for some reason I have been wanting to work with jade. I had a jade pendant in the shape of a dragon, but I don't know what happened to it. I got it in Salem, so maybe I'll have to look for another one. And last but not least, oh no, there's one more after this. This is a I forget what this is called. Is it hematite? If you guys know what this is, I think it's hematite. It's a frog. You know, I love froggies. And I've put those things for this summer onto my altar, as well as my mama turtle. Inside, I don't know how they managed to do this. This must have taken a long time to carve out, but on the inside there's a little baby turtle, and he has little circles and eyes and everything on him. Very cool. I don't know what this stone is, but it's very pretty little turtle. So I have turtles and frogs going on my altar, and let's see if you guys can see. I have my altar going right now with several candles. This candle, I think that's it for this working candle. Wow, I don't know how that happened, but the wick like completely disappeared, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that one. But yeah, so I added a few things to my altar, and just having a quiet day, and we're getting ready to go for a Memorial Day cookout at my mom's. And I also wanted to talk about the goddess Hel. I've been coming across her in reading a bunch, and I've heard several people talk about her. She's not particularly one of the most common goddesses that people worship or work with, but I've heard the phrase the hounds of hell, and whenever I heard that, I always thought that it meant like dogs out of literally the Christian version of hell, but that's not what that actually means. It's the hounds of hell, the goddess, because she's associated with having wolves or hounds with her. So I'm going to be doing some reading up on her, and I've done a ritual during the full moon, this past full moon, asking for her aid, and it was a very beautiful ritual that I found in the moon book that I'm reading. That book is definitely worth getting. I have found just tons and tons of rituals that I definitely would use. Usually when you get a book, you know, with spells or rituals in it, there usually isn't very much that you can, you might learn a lot, but as far as using the actual rituals or spells, usually you can only find a few. But this Moon Magic book has just a ton. Most of them in there are good, and I think it's really good because it allows you the opportunity to like switch around and not do the same rituals over and over again. And so if you guys haven't seen my older videos where I did the haul and showed this book, it's this one. It's called Moon Magic, Myth and Magic, Crafts and Recipes, Rituals and Spells, and it's by DJ Conway. And it's set up month by month. It starts with January, and it labels, you know, it gives the name of each month, correspondences, recipes, And it gives rituals for each phase of the moon, which I think is really cool. For dark, waxing, waning, and full. The recipes are really awesome. I've used several of them in there already. The facts are really amazing, and you'll learn about many, many gods and goddesses that you may or may not have heard of, but also stuff that you wouldn't typically hear about them. And then there's also like a thing in the back that gives like kind of an index of symbols associated with the moon. That's all grouped in alphabetical order. Really good reference section, like if you want to do further reading. It's a really awesome book. This is one of the best finds I've found in a long time. And I got this actually used online on either I forget if it's Thrift Books or Thrifty Books. I have used both, but one of them is no longer there. But you can get books for like $1 or a couple dollars. And they're like, many of them that I've gotten have been actually literally brand new. This one has not been touched by anybody else. It was obviously brand new when I got it. And definitely one of the best books that I've got. And the other one that I definitely would recommend is this thicker almanac. I've been putting the two almanacs together and kind of comparing. I collect the Witch's Almanac. I get it every year. But there's this one that I hadn't come across before. It's the Magical Almanac by Llewellyn, 2013. I'm not sure if it must be different every year, but the subtitle is Practical Magic for Everyday Living. And the thing that I like about this book is that in the center of the book, it has every day of the year, and you can just go to the day, and it tells you exactly where the moon phase is for that day, what the color of the day is, the moon sign, incense to use for that day. So, if you're planning a spell, all you have to do is go to the center, look up where you are on the calendar, and it'll tell you exactly when the phase of the moon changes. For example, I'm looking at Wednesday, March 27th, and the full moon is at 5:27 a.m. So it tells you precisely when the moon phases change. Also, it says, for example, that Thursday, the moon entered Scorpio at 8:53. So you can really plan your spell work down to a T. I think that's awesome, because sometimes it just, if you look it up online or whatever, it says the day, but if you're doing it at the wrong time before it enters that moon phase, that can really alter your spell work, alter the success of a spell. So I am using this anytime I do any kind of ritual or magic work, and it's really helping me to learn to do my spell work at the appropriate time. It's like, it's training me. So those are two suggestions for you guys, and have a wonderful day.